everybody, and welcome back to Movie Files. Elliot here with a brand new spoiler-free review for the new comedy Booksmart, which happens to be the directorial debut of Olivia Wilde and stars Beanie Feldstein and Kaitlyn Dever. Now, before I get into the good and the bad, give you my overall score of this film, I want you all to do me a couple favors. Number one, if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to our channel and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with our latest movie reviews, our TV breakdowns, our latest trailer reactions, and also our unboxing videos for the new releases, and also our giveaways. So definitely subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and also leave your comments below if this was a film you were looking forward to. If you've seen the film, let me know your thoughts on the film in the comment section. But with that being said, let's get into this review. As I had mentioned, spoiler-free zone here, but just kind of giving you a little bit of the story without giving too much away. You basically have these two high school students who are in their senior year and they're going to graduate, but before they graduate, the night before, they want to celebrate with their friends, and realizing that they've missed 4 years to hang out with people, and they've really just been all about the studies and not about having fun and studying at the same time. So they definitely want to have a last night to celebrate before they go into college. So getting into this review here, I got to start off with, the film had so much buzz coming out of South by Southwest, and one of the things that really came out of that really kind of caught my eye was a lot of people were comparing this to Superbad, which, if you don't know much about me and my comedy taste, my favorite comedy of all time happens to be Superbad. It came out just as I was in high school. It just kind of hit me right at it. It was like kind of lightning in the bottle. Love that film. Can quote it from beginning to end. So when I heard those comparisons, it really kind of caught my eye. Now, I didn't see the trailers for the film because I really wanted to kind of be surprised and really not go into this film without knowing too much. So I'm here to tell you all, this film is so good on every level, from the comedy to the entertaining. And we're going to get into all that here, but I can't go without saying that this film is one of the few films that I can, as far as comedies go, because as you know, all my comedy reviews, I always bring up comedy and horror are like two of the most hardest things to kind of get a positive review from a lot of people, because it's so subjective, right? But for me, this is a great comedy in the sense of, even if I wasn't necessarily laughing at the jokes on the screen, I was still smiling because I was so invested in these characters and really enjoyed the story. It's a great coming of age story, which I always love a good coming of age movie, and this is one of the better ones that I've seen in recent memory. I'll put it up there with Lady Bird and a couple other ones that we got in the last few years in that comedy vein. Really good film. And I gotta start off with Miss Olivia Wilde. Again, this is her directorial debut, and you couldn't tell by this film the way the film was shot, the way she captured, again, the moments of being in high school, and those awkward moments, those funny moments, and those moments that we get through those times that we even pass high school that we can all relate to, which is great. She really brought a fresh and a really fresh energy about this film that I really love the vibe that we got. But I have to mention the two leads again, Beanie and Kaitlyn. Their chemistry is off the charts. I love these two leads. I've seen both of them in films like Short Term 12, seen Beanie and, Neighbors 2 and Lady Bird, a couple years ago. So I love these two leads. I hope to see them more and more in films. Their comedic chops are great. Their dramatic moments are great. Their chemistry is just literally off the charts, but also just the cast as a whole. There's really not one weak link. Everyone has their moment and they shine, do a great job. And again, like I said, the journey that we get with our two leads are just phenomenal. Kind of diving into the supporting cast, I definitely have to say Billie Lourd was one of my standouts in that supporting role. You thought that her stick was going to get a little bit old by the end of the movie, but it didn't. She was fresh throughout the film. It really reminded me of her character in Scream Queens. If you ever saw that show, it was a really good show, but I love Billie Lourd's character in this film. And again, the supporting cast was phenomenal. One of the things that I really took away from this film was being inclusive. This film had many different genders, sex preferences, backgrounds, and I love that about a coming-of-age story, especially in these times that we live in. Showing different backgrounds was great. And that was really one of my standing points in this film, was how many different groups of people that we saw. And it was just the normal thing. We had people, again, different backgrounds, different genders, different races, and it was just all normal. And I love that about this film, as well as just again, this is such a fun movie. I can't stress it enough how fun, energetic, and fresh this movie was. And I just loved really every moment of it. All right, so not every film is perfect. We all know that, but there are some things that I took away from the film that really didn't hit for me. Of course, it's a comedy, so all the jokes landed for me. I smiled throughout the film, but not all the jokes work. That's a minor thing. The first act really for me, kind of had a hard time finding this vibe and finding its tone. But by the second act, I was on board with all the characters and the storyline that was given us. But the first act was a little rough. And also, there are those standard coming-of-age high school type of tropes that we get in this film. Again, minor things, but definitely the biggest thing for me was the first act was a little rough. But again, by that second and the third act especially, you're just on board with the entire ride. Which brings me to the end of this review here, guys. I love this film. I was very pleasantly surprised. Again, I didn't see any marketing for it. Not because there wasn't any marketing for it. I just wasn't necessarily seeking it out. Because when I heard it was compared to Superbad, which I will address that, it's Superbad in the vein that, you know, again, this is one of my favorite comics of all time, but it's its own movie, which is a great thing within itself. It has some of those Superbad vibes, which I can see, but this is its own movie, and I love the characters, the themes, again, being exclusive, knowing who you are, not judging people by what you think or what you heard of them. I love the message that this film delivered by Olivia Wilde and the cast and crew. Again, it's funny, it's entertaining, it has some good messages, it has a good diverse cast, and I cannot recommend this film enough. 4.5 out of 5, one of my favorite comedies so far this year. So far with Stuber and this, I'm so excited for those films, and I hope you all go see these films, especially with this coming out a lot sooner than Stuber. This film comes out this Friday, so if you get the opportunity to, I know we got Aladdin, we got John Wick, we got Avengers, but if you're looking for a fun, unique comedy with the coming-of-age vibe, what a great cast, what a great director, go check out Booksmart. Highly recommend it, and the buzz and the hype is true about this film. So there you have it. That's my review. Leave your comments below what you thought of the film if you saw it, as well as subscribe to our channel, hit that notification to be able to stay up to date with our videos, as well as follow us on our social media accounts. Thank you for watching this review, and keep an eye out for more videos coming pretty soon. And thank you guys again.